Hello everyone, I am Satyam Gazmer, B.Ed trainee of second semester from Siliguri B.Ed College, and I am here to teach a poem of class 11 from the CBSE board, and the topic of the poem is Father to Son, written by Elizabeth Jennings. So before starting the poem, I would like to talk about the theme of the poem. This poem is talking about the generation gap between the father and the son. Here, father feels between him and his son, that is the communication gap and the differences between him and his son. This is what a father is trying to say in the poem, and the poet is trying to describe in the poem. So the main theme of the poem is the generation gap. Now starting with the first stanza, I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now in the same house for years. I know nothing of him, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small, yet have I killed. In the first stanza, the poet describes how the father is failing. Here, father is telling that though they have lived together in the same house for years, but the relationship between him and his son is not good. So the father realizes and he wants to rebuild a good relationship with his son. Now, in the second stanza, the seed I spent or sown it where the land is and none of mine. He speak like strangers, there is no sign of understanding in the air. This child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. Here in the second stanza, the seed he is talking about is his child. Father says they stay on the same land, and the land which belongs to the father is equally belongs to the son. But the father questions why his son doesn't come and stay together, why he cannot understand his child, and why there is but why there cannot be a mutual understanding between him and his son. So he is saying that they speak like strangers, they do not understand each other. So now here, this child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. In this line, father is telling that when the child was born, he was exactly like his father. But despite this fact, there is no common between him and his son. The thing which is liked by the father is disliked by the son, and the thing which is liked by the son is disliked by the father. So all these things is do not understand by the father. Now in the third stanza, silence surrounds us, I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house, the home he knew, rather than see him make and move his world. I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. Now in the third stanza, father says that there is a silence, since they do not talk to each other, there is a silence around them. Father says rather than going outside home, which is unknown to his son, he wants his son to stay with him and live together and create a common bond between them. The father is saying that he wants to forget all the sorrows and misunderstanding between him and his son, and wants to create a mutual understanding and love between them. Now in the fourth stanza, father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. He speak, I cannot understand myself, why anger grows from grief. We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. Now in the fourth stanza, father is saying that since they live on the same land and the same globe, they should live together. But what his son speaks, he do not understand. But the ego and the anger which comes between them in the form of the anger, that is the grief which comes between him and his son which comes from them in the form of the anger. We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. So here father is telling that they should forgive each other and should put their hands together and should forgive each other, and should live together happily. So at last we can say that in the poem Father to Son, the poet is telling that the generation gap between the father and the son, and the father, he is feeling that how he is unable to understand his child, and the child is unable to understand his father. So he wants to create a mutual understanding and love between him and his son and live together. Thank you.